I've done that.
And I have, yeah. We were running a webcast for the longest time.
Right.
You can look at that at Area 51, and hosting different artists from the Dufferin County area. And everybody doing a small interview and 4 songs, and just to create traffic and let people know there are other great artists in the Dufferin community as well.
Giving them the exposure and the experience that they need. Excellent.
Yeah.
Any new albums coming out?
There is. I'm actually in the process. The Oracles and Ice Cream has been doing extremely well. It's #1 on the folk charts right now. And
congratulations.
Thank you. And number, I think, 4 in the country and 85 in the world or something like that.
That's
so
phenomenal.
That's really nice. And the new album is another collection of instrumental and lyrical numbers, not unlike the last album, but I never try to put some sort of a grid work over the art that I create.
Okay.
If a song comes out country, so be it. If it comes out as a jazz piece, so be it. If it's a fun, if I try to limit myself, I've limited myself to my experiences. And not only that, if I haven't experimented with a genre, then it pushes me to understand more about it. So the album is going to be called Letters from High Latitudes.
Okay.
It won't be as long as the last record. The last song was a 22-song double CD.
Right.
And I'm happy to be working on it. And in this very moment, last couple of weeks, we've been tracking a couple new numbers, one of which was what I did here today, is the acoustic version of I Told You So.
Excellent. Yeah, we'll be listening to live performance. We should mention that your band is here. They're waiting off set for
That's
us right
right.
now. We're
That's
going to
right.
have some live performances later on in the show.
Great.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah.
So is there a genre that you have not performed yet that you're just like, wow, you know what, I haven't done that, I am going to do that, or I will never do it?
Wow, that's such a hard thing, because never is a strong word.
Yeah.
And
well, there's types of music that people just say, you know what, I absolutely hate it, I would never do that.
Well, you know, I guess that's what, I've played in certain pop genres, and I love popular music. Pop music has also taken on a defined moniker today. I need to be challenged. The reason the Musically Challenged is the name of our band is because it doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be complex, but I'm either being challenged mentally or emotionally in some way. And I find that if I'm playing in a group or a project that isn't that way, I don't feel it's legitimate. I can't give my all of something that isn't real. So that's probably the hardest kind of music across the board, if it doesn't have this sense of truth to it.
You don't have the passion behind it.
I can't relate to it. I've played African bands, jazz ensembles, pop ensembles, all wonderful music, but if it doesn't have that realness,
doesn't draw you into it.
Doesn't draw me in, you know. And it, like I said, it can be simplistic or it can be highly complex, but it has to be real.
It has to be real, absolutely. So you're going to be playing around Dufferin and
Yes.
outside Dufferin as well.
Yes.
Name some of the spots that people can catch you
Well,
at.
the 15th, I'm going to be up at the Terra Nova Public House. If you've never been there before, it's in Terra Nova, just outside of Lisle, and they have wonderful local food there.
Phenomenal little place.
Amazing place. And tiny little place. Get there early because you want to get a table.
And you always sell out when you're there,
sell
right?
out there. And last point, it's been wonderful. And having people come and clap. And I did the Robbie Burns night, and they were carving the haggis in front of me and everything. And then the 16th, I'm going to be down at the Alton Mill at the Dam Gallery for another art opening that's coming up.
Excellent.
Actually, Kim is also a part of that as well, too. She's
show.
one of the one of the potters that's involved in that. And then barring that up into April, we're actually taking a little vacation, but I'll be back in the scope of things in late April again.
And so people can, I guess they can follow you on your website to find out where you are?
blackearthmusicandpottery.com. You can find me on iTunes. You can find me on Facebook and iCloud and any other place that kind of hosts MP3s, music, and information about artists.
Excellent, excellent. Now, as I mentioned before, we have your band. Just quickly tell me who you have here with us today.
Well, today we have Dave Patel, and Dave and I go way back. Dave is a multifaceted drummer and musician in his own right. And then also Ansgar Schroer, who is on harmonica. He's also the brother of the great Oliver Shore, violinist from Canada. And it's just a pleasure to be playing with the both of them. I also play with a good friend of mine, Michael Friedman, who plays with the band. He's the guitar player. And he won't be here today, but unfortunately, we will be doing what we're doing. Not unfortunately, fortunately, excuse me.
Excellent, wonderful. Well, after the break, join us for a live musical performance with Ed Roman and Special Ed.
Yes.
Excellent.